In this episode, I will review the book Breakout, written by Kate Messner. In Wolf Creek, best friends Nora, Lizzie, and the new girl at school write letters to the future for a time capsule project at school. Until two inmates break out of the town's maximum security prison, Nora fears that everyone around her is changing for the worse. Nora is the daughter of the prison's head, a nosy journalist that writes for the school paper, has lived in Wolf Creek her whole life. Lizzie, Nora's best friend, is reluctant to help out with the school paper, and one of her family members plays a key role in the prison break. LD and her mom moved from New York City to Wolf Creek to be closer to LD's older brother serving a sentence in the town's prison. The amazing athlete and poet is worried how people will treat her. Breakout happens in the small town of Wolf Creek, and what happens when two maximum security inmates break out of the town's prison. Between frantic adults, scared children, and lots of volunteering, Nora fears the worst of how stressed people treat each other and how home might never be the same. The setting of this book is in a real town in New York, Wolf Creek. The characters go to many places in the town, including elementary school, to the park, on daily runs by the lake, and to the grocery store. I think there was a very interesting variety of locations the characters visited. At heart, this book is about overcoming obstacles and treating everybody equally. I think the author is trying to show that racism exists even in the subtlest ways and in the smallest of towns. One of the main characters, LD, was faced with this problem when she moved to Wolf Creek. From being bullied at school and disrespected in public, LD feels that she didn't need anyone in life. This book is written in the format of letters and scripted audio recordings, which is the most interesting part of the book. My opinion about this book is that it was simply too long. This 448-page book had the excitement written in it for a book half the size. I don't think this book would be so boring if it was much shorter and there was more exciting things happening on the town Breakout, as well as more interesting characters. If I had now known how boring this book would have been, I would never have read it. I found during the beginning, the author struggled to write anything interesting and non-repetitive. Personally, I would never suggest that anyone should read this book. What I liked most about this book is that each chapter was written like a letter for someone opening a time capsule in the future. Not only was each chapter written like a letter, but there were sticky note drawings, little pieces of tape holding up side notes that had PSs on them, as well as little cartoon drawings, text messages, and scripted audio recordings that added an interesting dimension. I would rate this book a 1 out of 5 stars because I didn't really enjoy it. This book is at a level where a 10 to 12-year-old could read it and understand it, but some of the older readers might find this book childish.